Hey everybody, and welcome to Kenshi episode 6. So last episode we were working towards getting the better research bench up, and I think we're due for some trading as well. So those are sort of the goals of the day, ideally. So what we have here is the improved research bench, where we'll be able to scrap the last one. In fact, let's get Chung to start taking some of the stuff that's left in storage there. I don't know what I'm going to do with these building materials. Maybe there's something for me to build real quick. Let's see. Water tank, torch post. I guess I could torch post a bunch. It's kind of ghetto, but the increased light that it generates might help out with the where are you going? Mr. Chung, where are you going? Stop your current job. Might actually help out with trying to get everything illuminated and built. Kind of weird way to go about it. Where are you going? These characters think that this torch post is outside. It is not. Alright, maybe you know better. If you want to work on it outside, that's up to you. And so he does. I stand corrected. Alright, we're trying to get the bigger research bench up and built. Alright, Mr. Chung, would you be so kind as to empty this out? There we go. And I'm just going to get rid of this building altogether. Go ahead and dismantle it. And it's now in its constituent parts of building materials. You don't get full refunds, but you get a bit. Is there anything else for me to build? I guess food storage wouldn't be terrible. Especially for people coming back to the base. So we'll just plop a little barrel there. I'm not really putting any true forethought into any of this, but as you can see, there is a lot of AI involved. So he grabbed the building materials that was local and plopped them down. And I think storage copper would be another really good one to build as well, but we need iron plates for that. And then looking at storage, general storage chest wouldn't be terrible either. Let's face it towards where we'll use it. The sort of mannequin silhouettes are just interaction spots. FYI. So we are slowly getting this all built. Alright, the items are all set for food. And we have one spare iron plate, so we'll be able to build this copper box as well. And that way, the copper miners out here will automatically empty out their copper without prompting, which will be great. Getting them to do a little bit of nice. They're talking to each other. Getting them to do a little bit of their own hauling and whatnot. Come on. Hold on. There we go. So now I can show research. Let's close that. And we can get much better stuff. We can get, let's first get better training dummies. And then for now, get some storage box crafting. Now, grog and sake are pretty good ways to make some money. I'll be floating a bunch of little ideas about how I want to go ahead and make in money. Beds are also pretty useful. Being able to rest better. And now Radamont's dumped his copper into the box. And we can go back to research. And we obviously have gotten the basic furniture research. So, interior, there are benches and all sorts of different little things for you to work on. So, for instance, if let's put a little sitting pillow here. I need to get some fabric. But as you can see, let's go ahead and do some selling. At this hour, I'm not sure if there's anyone for me to sell to. But we are nice and encumbered. If only there was someone for us to pick up. I could pick up one of my own pawns, but... Let's head to Way Station. We haven't been there in a bit. And what we want to be doing is... maybe I'll put this iron back. I'm putting it back in lieu of... Pause. In lieu of having something to strength train for, or with. Obviously, having a lot of iron is going to make that a lot easier. Squint is waking up because of my inability to choose the direction I want to travel in, so I will instead just wait for them to open up. I'm definitely going to need to buy some food or hunt for it. I could always do that. I could head back to the hive and try to lure some animals into the town and do some of my own cooking. That is a possibility. I still also need to give those toothpicks to him. I haven't done that yet. Let's see. Is there anything I want out of you? Probably your iron, so I can upgrade those training dummies. I'll take the books too. Now, I still haven't researched better training dummies yet, but I'm working on it. I think what I should do before my guys get all that hungry is to buy some food as a stopgap measure. So I'm just gonna fill my bag full of that food and drop it off. And now there's something to eat at least. And I'm going to sell off the remainder of whatever ore I can, just so that I have the most amount of money possible, because I only have 1,400 cats at the moment, and I can probably do better than that. Oh, they are getting attacked. Let me pause it. I'll sell, and then I'll address who's attacking them. It's probably bandits. That'd be my guess. It's almost always bandits. Yep, it is bandits. And they've run towards town. Let's get in on this. I am down to fight. We can actually do some strength training instead. Yeah, some starving bandits and slaves and whatnot. So one thing I should do is Dr. Chung here. To give him the priority of medic. So I'm going to have him run out here and be our little medic. So we have some pawns that have taken a bit of a beating, some more than others. So Chung, what he'll do is, let's have him not be passive. Is if I turn off jobs for everyone but Chung and have him stand around, he ought to be patching up everyone automatically. Oh, bag check, yeah, go right ahead. They're all running to grab food, actually. That's fine. As for Radamant, what I think we should do is do some training, because we have all these bodies here, right? Bunch of hungry bandits. If I check these strength stats, we need to encumber him a little bit more. Looks like everyone is eating. Chung, are you... Is everyone looks to be patched up. All right, Mr. Chung, back to your day job of research. All right, all these guys, what I'm going to do is start to try to encumber them as best I can. So Hobbs is going to grab as much ore as he can and pick up a hungry bandit. Mew, you're going to do the same. It's funny that it says weightless. You're definitely not weightless. Additionally, picking up a hungry bandit. And this, of course, will... All right, let's have you go back to your jobs. And what I'm going to do with Radamant is to get him weighted down just by trying to grab heavier objects off of them. Grabbing... they really don't even have weapons, most of them. Some of them do. Some of these weapons weigh a bunch, some don't. The stronger you get, the harder it is to strength train, as you can see. These iron plates don't weigh very much. So Hobbs and Mew, I'm not going to turn back onto jobs. They are nicely encumbered. I can move the ore around because these guys are beyond their required encumbrance and give some ore to Radamant. I just picked two random people. Okay, so we are... Okay, he is almost fully encumbered. One more. There we go. For the 50%. And we can then... queue up a bunch of traveling together. Who are you? You are a mercenary. I'm just going to follow you as best as I can. And, oh, I guess you already stopped. Looking at their strength, they are going up about as fast as you can go. It's nice. I'm just training them to run back and forth in town, while everyone else is mining steel or whatever. Copper. I could min-max it so that I have more people on copper, but I'm not going to worry about min-maxing. Right now, I'm worrying about maxing. Maxing my strength out. And once we have another load of iron, I can go ahead and... Oh, I guess it's going to be with green. I need to sell his bolt regulars anyway. So let's take him off of jobs. He's going to come all the way in here. Let's have him drop his rung bolts off. And... I guess put him back on jobs. He doesn't have enough weight yet to be encumbered. Oop, not hum it. Sorry, my bad. I guess it could also trigger sneak. Not that I suspect they'll be sneaking successfully, but you know, the attempt is there. Alright, I think we are out of research at the moment. Gear storage, public sales maybe. That allows us to open a business. Being able to make your own first aid kits are awesome. Hemp-based fabric, sure. Fabric manufacturing, sure. I don't know if that's the route we're going to go business-wise, but it's not for a lack of trying there. Making sure they have a lot of stuff to do running about. All right, Mr. Green, I think we have enough iron to weigh you down, and we'll pick up one of these dead or dying bandits, turn off your jobs, and set you to sneak. And you're gonna join the... What are you guys? You guys are more hungry bandits. Okay, let's get away from them. We don't want to mess with them. Not right now, at least. Look at these stupid hungry bandits. They don't even know what to do. Our food is, of course, dwindling, but also indoors and in a town, and these hungry bandits aren't going to pick a fight if there's no food. Oh, the beautiful, beautiful strength. Looks like there's even a fight out here. What is this about? Some people bashing on each other. Might as well grab what I can. Oh, maybe not. Guards are already doing it. And I started at 18 or so. So you can see Hobbs and Mew likewise have much higher strength as well. Don't think my sneak has gone up much. Mostly because I'm... Well, actually it has. Pretty decently. Although I'm constantly spotted. But that doesn't matter. It's training, right? 100 Guardian. Don't need to pick a fight with you. We're probably going to get mighty hungry soon. Would not be a terrible idea to sell off some stuff. And the rest of the miners are working on trying to get alright, we'll what I'll do is put these into general storage, because we're going to need them later. In fact, we could use them now, upgrading the training dummies, but right now we're doing strength, so we'll stick to that. Radamont, give Green the extra bolts. Oh, I should dump the books as well. Kind of didn't do that. Alright. Don't want to cause a fight here. Let's do some business. Alright, guys. Keep strength training. I believe in you. See about buying a little bit of extra food. Training like this will deplete your food resources really fast. These are pretty expensive. Yeah, they're all kind of expensive. See if the bed and breakfast has any just dried meat. sort of the ideal bang for your buck. Yes, they do. Fill that up. And sneak. And we'll walk back to the food storage. Ruka might be... Actually, she is probably the strongest. No, she's not actually all that strong. But I was going to say she might be ready for some encumbrance training as well. She's definitely weighted. And having all these lovely bandits will help. Alright, I'm not going to put all of my food into storage because my allies will draw from it. So we'll carry some of it, and that way we can sneak around. And all who is still mining is Hamet. Poor Hamet. Everyone else is getting stronger, and he's just mining. Gear storage, I'm just... Corpse disposal. Not quite there yet. I guess I'll do indoor lighting. And, ooh, I have enough for one more. Light post. Okay, still lightweight. Should have just kept him moving. Checking the stats. This is for Mew. Obviously for Radamant, stealth and strength, it's all going up. My worry is that this is not compelling gameplay, but this is just sort of the way to do it. There's not so much an alternative. Just making sure that they're all... Radamant at this point is not even encumbered enough, funny enough. So let's see if I can't weigh him down a little bit more. Sharing some of the weight. There we go. He's back up to almost 50%. And this is why there's sort of diminishing returns. It can be tricky to get them heavy enough to... Doing a quick weight check. Everyone else is good. Once Chung's done with his research and medic stuff, we'll have him go and do some copper mining. Now, copper weighs less than iron, so it's not as good for weighing yourself down for weight training, but sometimes you gotta make a little bit of profit, too. Where are you going? Oh, he's eating food. Getting food. At this point, you've just basically been looking at, it's a pretty funny sight, right? They're sneaking around, walking around with a backpack full of iron and a bandit on their shoulders. It's a very strange training regiment. These Shek in this town are probably like, these humans. And Hiver. I guess Rook is a Shek too. They're probably like, what are these guys doing? They're crazy. Yeah, it is a little crazy. but it's exactly how crazy you need to be in order to get strong enough to take on the world. So roughly my goal is to get about 30 strength on all of them. Trying to get a well-rounded roughly 30 on all of them is my aim. Not that it can't go higher, but that's a good place to sort of start from. Who are these guys? Caravan boss. Don't need to be trying to knock them unconscious. That would be bad. That would be breaking the law. And breaking the law often has consequences. Alright, you are operating machine. Still, that means he has 5 copper on him. Let's see if I can't make him a little bit heavier. Moderate, Alright, he is not encumbered enough, but he's going to join anyway. Oh yeah, he's encumbered enough. Sweet. Now it's just poor Hamet. Now the reason I've left Hamet mining the longest is he's the best fighter, so he needs the training the least out of all of them. Not to say that he doesn't need to be strong. He does, but he needs it less than everyone else. Now the trouble is, I don't have another bandit in order to strength train with, but Radamont's almost done, so he is 28 out of 30, 30 being the soft goal to hit for. No one else is all that close to their goal. I've been doing it longer with Radamont while everyone else mines. I was having them do long-range trade trips and things like that, which is why he's a bit ahead of everyone else. Given that people are starting to get hungry, it's time to crawl over to the bar and buy some more food. They didn't have a lot for me. Let's check the B&B, which would be... Oops, sorry about all the rough camera work. Would be over here. Alright, we'll tell them all the hold position. And they, of course, don't listen. There we go. Plenty of food. And back to the training. Hamet, I think, has... he's getting food. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is just weigh him down and have him join. Have him join with what he has. Alright, Radamont is done. So I'll have him put his bandit down. Hamet, pick up the bandit. And we can then give Hamid the backpack full of stuff. And then what I'll do is to make sure everyone is properly encumbered. It's everyone but Radamant at this point. I guess what I can do is I can share some of these weapons. These weapons tend to weigh a lot. All right, let's make sure everyone's encumbered. Green could use a little bit more iron. Okay, he's properly encumbered. Hobbs could use some as well. Done. Ruka probably could use some more weight. Yep. And Mew is also needs some more weight. Okay. Well, everyone, but I guess I need to find some more heavy things to hold. Turn everyone's job off. I am currently aimless. I can go mine some copper. And everyone else gets to wander around and strength train. So, yes, this episode was probably not the most interesting. Just given that this is a requirement of trying to get your characters strong, but boy, does it not make for entertaining television. Now, the thing is, I am building up. Before I end this episode, and I know I'm going over half an hour, but bear with me. I am doing this so that I can start my first town. Because there's really no way for a ragtag group of untrained, unstrengthened, untoughened people to ever really defend a town successfully. Yes, there is a lot more NPCs I could be hiring, and I could be grinding out a lot more money. But instead, what I'm going to be doing is just trying to do it with these guys initially, and then eventually adding more people once I have training and strength facilities that make it a lot easier. So for now, this is how I'm going to go about it. Pacing back and forth in Squin. And pretty quickly, next episode, I ought to be more or less done with a lot of these pawns. Putting them back on production and the like. To build up some money, to get some more research, and get ready for some more fighting. But yeah, this is what Kenshi looks like early on. Unless you want to lose all your limbs in your life and get sold into slavery, it kind of looks like this. And yes, it is a little strange. Yes, I could be training my strength more naturally by running around with a heavy load, but that would probably be just as equally boring as well. The good news is training your stealth while you do it. Stealth will allow us to sneak up on bandit parties and ambush them and stuff like that in the future. All right, guys. Well, that is it for this basically strength training video of how to go about it sort of efficiently with the bodies and the full up backpacks and the sneaking and the back and forth. And I'm sure a lot of you had feedback for me. So drop me a line, and I do hope you tune in next time. I promise it gets more interesting than this eventually. All right, adios.